Hey everybody, welcome back to Royal Tarot Readings. This is my fun channel that I do for tarot readings on the royal family and current events. All information presented in this video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It's fun. It's tarot. I'm just a gal with cards. Alright, so today we are going to be using an oracle deck. This is a brand new deck I got and it's called What's the Vibe? And it tells you what the vibration is behind current events or current situations. So, of course, what I'd like to do is read on the Harper's Bazaar. Although, if you called it Harper Bizarre, you would not be wrong. This is absolutely very, very, very an unusual situation we've got here. So, let's take a look. Now, before I begin, if you'd like to sign up for a private readings are going to be open through the end of November. I might open them up for the beginning of December, but for most of December, I'll probably have them closed. Let me see how far I get into it. I may keep them open at least through mid-December, and then they'll be closed through the rest of the year, just for the holidays. So if you'd like to sign up for a private reading, just click on the link in the description box below. And if you're gifting the reading, please do let me know the name of the person you're gifting and your name so I can tell them it's a gift from you. All right, so what I'd like to take a look at here for the Harper's Bazaar magazine cover that Meghan Markle did. I've seen videos of behind the scenes at Harper's Bazaar, especially with the current editor. And she is the first woman of color who has held this position. She looks like, she said her mom was from Trinidad. I've forgotten where her father was from. I'll update it in the captions here for you. But she's had, really was very honored to receive the editor-in-chief position. I think it was in 2020 during lockdown that she actually got the position because the previous editor, Glenda something or other, I forgot her name. I think Glenda Bailey maybe. Anyway, she was retiring. So she's produced very interesting, kind of edgy magazine covers and has had very interesting interviews. But this one, I don't know how it got past her, unless she just didn't want to present Meghan in a good light as it is. There was a photograph of Meghan and this editor at Fashion Week. And as I understand it, the photograph was not taken right at Fashion Week. It was kind of down the road from it, from the Balenciaga fashion shoot. So I thought that was kind of interesting that the meeting was held away from there instead of right at Fashion Week. So just trying to figure out what's the connection here. What's the vibe? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 rows and 3 columns. And in the first row is going to be what Meghan's vibe was before the shoot, during the shoot, and after the shoot for Harper's Bazaar. And the middle row is going to be the Harper's Bazaar photographer. What was the vibe before, during, and after? And then the bottom row is going to be, what was the Harper's Bazaar editor-in-chief? What was her vibe before the shoot, during the shoot, and after the shoot? What was going on here? Because Meghan was not presented in a very good light at all, either in photography, in the behind-the-scenes little video, and in the interview itself. What in the world? I don't see how it got past the editors on how they didn't say we're going to reshoot this or you're going to rewrite that or whatever. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So, and I'm getting a lot of really confusing energy right now. Even the minute I started recording this, I started getting overcome with confusion. So let's see. Also, one other quick note. Harper's Bazaar has had a very long history with covering Queen Elizabeth in a very good light. They used to cover her a lot. Her looks, her styles, what they thought the meaning of the colors of her outfits were. I mean, they always presented the royal family, especially Queen Elizabeth, in a very, very good light. So, kind of interesting. I couldn't find any connections with the current editor with anyone like Marcus Anderson. I couldn't find any connections with any of the current royal family. I was trying to see if there are any connections with any of the Netflix folks or any of the Spotify people. I haven't really found anything. So if you know of any, drop it in the comments below for me. So just trying to figure out what was going on. So let's take a look at this reading now. All right, like I said, for this reading, I'm going to use What's the Vibe Oracle deck. It's going to have Person's feeling what's going on in their environment. There's no guidebook because all the keywords and phrases are on the card. First time I'm using them, so let's see what we get for the What's the Vibe Oracle deck. All right, so for Meghan Markle, the Harper's Bazaar photographer, there's suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Okay. So for Meghan, what was her vibe before, during, and after the shoot? And for the Harper's Bazaar photographer, what was, okay, that wants to show itself, nightlife. Ooh, striptease, gamble, and Vegas. Okay, being risky. All right, for the photographer, what was the photographer's vibe like before the shoot, during the shoot, and after the shoot? And then the same thing with the editor-in-chief. Harper's Bazaar editor-in-chief. Clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, old ways. Ooh, okay. What can we find out about the Harper's Bazaar entire production of this magazine cover and the interview? And the photography. What in the world is going on? All right, I think we're getting close here. Yeah. Now, these are not read in reverse, so we'll just keep them all upright. Let's see what we get. Ooh, okay. Chaotic energy. So much that I'm getting confused as to where this all goes. Okay. Cut it. This goes in the bottom. There we go. Sometimes that happens, especially when I'm really in a confused state here. All right, so we're going to have Meghan before, during, and after. The Harper's Bazaar photographer before, during, and after. And the editor-in-chief before, during the shoot, and after the shoot. Because these editors are kept up to date on as these shoots are happening. If there are problems, if there's something going on, I mean, they get notified. Underlying energy was striptease, gamble, and Vegas. So nightlife. Really? Okay. All right, for Meghan. Before the photo shoot, what were her expectations? What were her vibes before the photo shoot? Lust, greed, by any means necessary, inconsiderate. She already had her focus. I don't care what I do. I'm going to finish. I'm going to get this photo shoot. She was so greedy. Whatever she had to do, inconsiderate, even if she had to be rude, she was going to finish this. This was happening. She's like, they've promised me I'm going to have this photo shoot. I'm getting it no matter what I have to do. Love affair. Dirty little secret. Sex fix down low. Oh my. Did she have a relationship with someone on the photo shoot? Really? There was a dirty little secret there. She got that that gig through some low-down method. Really? We can't find the connection. There's some connection there. There's a connection there, how she got that photo shoot. She did something. Yes, she did. She sure did. All right, during the photo shoot, what were her vibes? What was she thinking? Longing. Missing you, let's talk reunion. Oh. She did have a little fling with someone there, and she was really looking forward to seeing them. There's some kind of connection there. There was some way that she got this photo shoot. And she saw the person while she was at the photo shoot. What else was her vibe? Trapped. Stuck. No options. Unforgiveness. You know, she felt it. She felt that she got there and she reunited with this person who got her this gig. And then as the photo shoot was going on, she suddenly realized, this is not going well. I'm stuck. My facial expressions don't change. I have no options. She was given off a vibe of not being well. And this one is saying unforgiveness. Once she got there, the vibe totally changed and she felt trapped with it. She felt that it wasn't going well while she was in that photo shoot, and you could see it on her face. Perhaps the person that she met up with suddenly rejected her. Hey, that was a one-time thing. That was just to get you this little shoot here. Interesting. What did she feel after the photo shoot was all done? Family, blood ties, inner circle. She felt like, now that you've done this for me, you're my family. Harper's Bazaar is where it's going to be. You're going to do more photos with me, right? You're going to do more interviews. You're going to do more covers. She's trying to make them feel like part of the family. That's that love bombing. And afterwards, consequences, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Absolutely. She's trying to love bomb them into inviting her back because she's realizing she has consequences for this very, very bad session. She was playing games. She made some bad choices. She always makes bad choices. If there's a bad choice to be made, you can guarantee, put money on it, Meghan Markle will pick that bad choice. What color is the sky? Let's see, my choices are blue and green. I'm picking green. Every single time she picks the wrong one, without fail. Boy, okay. Harper's Bazaar, the photographer. What was the vibe of the photographer before the shoot started? What was the photographer thinking? Cutting ties. Freedom, standing up, awaken. I think even before the photo shoot started, they realized, oh my God, what have we done? Or it could be that's the vibe that she told them that she wanted, that this was going to be a vibe of she wanted to show her free. Oh my God. Okay. If you go look at the Harper's Bazaar 1997 photo shoot, July, Princess Diana, she told them that was her theme. This was her freedom. She was standing up for herself. She was awakening herself. She was cutting ties. That's what Meghan told her, the photographer. This is the vibe that I want in my photo shoot. Oh, goosebumps. That's exactly what Princess Diana told. If you go read that old issue. You can Google it. Harper's Bazaar, July 1997, Princess Diana, and it will come up. She was auctioning off 79 of her dresses and outfits, and she felt some regret in letting go of all that, but she said, I'm starting over, I'm getting my freedom, I'm standing up for myself, this is a new awakening for me. Almost exact words. Oh my God. That's what Meghan told the photographer. That was the vibe she was going for. What else was the photographer feeling? Laughter, happiness, joy, and healing. So the photographer had in mind, I'm gonna give you the vibe of standing up for yourself, being free, walking away, cutting ties, and being happy. That was the vibe that the photographer was going for, because the first one is what Meghan told the photographer that's what she wanted, and the second one is how the photographer was trying to channel the energy from what they understood that Meghan wanted. Oh my. Okay, during the photo shoot, what was the photographer thinking? Envy, resentful, competitive, discontent. This was the energy they got from Meghan. This photographer suddenly realized, you're competing with someone. You're jealous of someone else. You're resentful of someone else. You're not happy with the person you are, and you're trying to be this other person. That was picked up very, very, very strongly by the photographer. Photographers are artists. They tend to be very empathic anyway. They have to be to pick up, to get what they need from the subject, to translate it into the types of pictures they want. And the type of energy they got from Meghan was you're competing with someone. I wonder who that could be. What else did the photographer pick up during this photo shoot? Daydreaming. Head in the clouds, delusion, delulu, hopes and dreams. This could have been a 9 of Cups right here. If that had shown up, this would have been the same thing. They realized that Meghan was absolutely delusional. She had her head in the clouds. She had some dreams going on. She had that look on her face like she was totally daydreaming, like she wasn't even there. The eyes were so dead. Photographer saw it. What did the photographer think after the photo shoot was done? Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. I thought, oh my effing God. Oh dear Lord, what am I going to do with these pictures? Oh my God. How can I salvage this photo shoot? But they did not talk to the editor. Should have. They were suffering in silence. They should have reached out to the editor and said, we've got a disaster on our hands. What else? Boundaries. Good. Look at this. Riding in the sand in a white outfit. Isn't that what Meghan did for 2025? Boundaries. Disrespectful. Enough is enough. Defend yourself. Okay. Meghan was very disrespectful. And the photographer just was like, I'm done. I'm going to have to defend what I'm doing here. I think the pictures that they put out there were actually the best that they had. There were probably more pictures out there that were even worse. And these were the ones that they felt were the best, even though she was very disrespectful to the photographer. I think the photographer could have gotten more photos, but because of her attitude and what was going on, all they could think of was enough is enough. We're not. That's why they didn't do it again. That's why they didn't reshoot. They didn't want to. Oh, wow. Okay. How interesting. All right, now we'll go down to the editor-in-chief. What was her vibe before the photo shoot took place? Hopeful, inspired, optimistic, success. She was very, goosebumps, she was very hopeful that this was going to be a very successful session. She thought this is going to be a great edition. We'll have her on the cover. She'll be very inspirational. It'll go really well. She was very hopeful in the beginning. What else? Apologies. She's going to have to apologize. She may demand an apology from Meghan because Meghan was arrogant. She acted very rashly and she was insincere. And I think so. Right before the photo shoot happened, the editor was very hopeful. And as it got closer, she suddenly realized she got a taste of the arrogance of Meghan and the insincerity. Something that Meghan did very rashly, very suddenly gave this editor a clue as to what was about to happen. She'll probably have to apologize to her staff. What about during the photo shoot? Was the editor aware of what was going on? What happened there? Tension, yeah. Absolutely. Stressed out, migraines, worry. She started to get phone calls and text messages saying that, oh my God, you have no idea what's going on over here. This is not good. Nothing good is coming out of this. We are so stressed out. I'm so worried. The tension in this room is unbelievable. What else did the editor hear about? Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. Oh, Meghan was drinking while she was there. She might have been doing something else too. Look at this model on the chair with this outfit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they heard about, so the editor heard that the tension is thick enough in this room to cut with a knife, and Meghan is off her rocker. She's drunk, she's stoned, whatever is going on, allegedly. They texted and called the editor and told them, you have no idea what's going on over here. And then afterwards, what did the editor hear about? Ooh, masculine energy, authority, discipline, father figure. She consulted with someone. She called an authority figure and said, what am I going to do? What do I do? She was really at a loss. What are we going to do with this photo shoot? I don't know what to do. Exhausted, burned out, burdened, and empty. She was finally so completely overwhelmed by what had happened. She said, I'm just going to have to publish it. I'll just do it. And that's when the decision was made to put the true story out there, what had happened. I think she got with the writer and said, just, you write it however you need to. Just tell it like it is. Tell it how it happened. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell exactly what happened. Because these photos, we're lost on these photos. There's nothing we can do. I've already consulted an authority. I'm going to try to salvage it as best I can, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing here for me. The photos are so empty. I don't know what to do. We're just going to have to go with it. Wow. How interesting. What an interesting deck. All right, let's do a wrap up here. For Meghan, before the photo shoot with Harper's Bazaar happened, she felt, I'm doing this by any means, whatever I have to do. I'll sleep with whoever I need to, which is probably what she did, allegedly. She slept with someone to get this photo shoot. And then what happened during the photo shoot? She went to see the person who was the person who got her this gig. And then she got the cold shoulder, and then she felt trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. So there was some kind of emotional relationship going on with someone there, allegedly. And that caused her to put this whole idea up, like this veil over her face, where she had no emotion. She was showing no emotion, absolutely. She was as blank and as dead as a corpse. There was no emotion in her at all. And afterwards, she tried to do love bombing and saying, hey, we're like a family, we're an inner circle now. But she knew she had made bad choices, played games, gave them mixed signals, and now she's going to have the consequences. She had a feeling, even before she saw anything, that this was not going to be good. She came out of there with a feeling of apprehension, we'll say. All right, for the photographer, before the photo shoot, what was the photographer thinking? The photographer was going with what Meghan had told her was going to be her theme, cutting ties, freedom, standing up, and an awakening. And that's what Princess Diana had in that July 1997 edition of Harper's Bazaar. Go look at that. And then the photographer thought, well, I'll give her the feeling of happiness and joy and healing because I'm moving on to a new phase. She was thinking that she would have Meghan photographed laughing and happy. What actually happened during the photo shoot? She realized Meghan was resentful, competitive, and envious of someone. There was a discontent, and no matter what she did, she couldn't get her to smile or open up or laugh. And we saw it in those photos. She thought during the photo shoot, you're deluded. It's like you are walking like you're asleep. You've got your head in the clouds. If you look at the behind the scenes video, she's moving very slowly, acting like she's just, this comatose doll. That's kind of what you did, the vibe that you got. And then afterwards, the photographer was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? She didn't want to talk to anybody about it at first because her dreams were broken. This was going to be a great breakout session for her. And she's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This will ruin me. And then Meghan put up a lot of boundaries and was disrespectful. And when Meghan maybe saw some of the photos, she asked them to be redone, and the photographer said, no. You were very disrespectful. Enough is enough. I'm defending myself. No, I'm putting up boundaries. No, I'm not doing it again. Wow. Allegedly. And then finally, for the editor-in-chief, what were her feelings going into before the photo shoot? She was very hopeful, inspired, optimistic. She thought, this is going to be such a success. And then as it approached, something happened. Some rash action that Meghan did, she came across as arrogant and insincere. And the editor realized, oh my God, I'm going to have to apologize to my staff if this is, I hope this doesn't go as I'm hoping it's going to go, or that I think it's going to go. And then once the session started, she started getting text messages and phone calls. You have no idea what's going on over here. Everyone's stressed out. We've got headaches. We're worried. The tension is so thick in this room, you cannot even believe it. And then someone told her she's drunk. She's drunk, or she's on pills or something, allegedly. She's doing the same thing that we always heard that she does, and she's making bad decisions, as usual. Par for the course. And then after the photo session, the editor consulted with someone she really, really respects and admires. A male who's an authority, like a father figure. I don't know if she called the Hearst Corporation. She called someone very high up, almost like an emperor. That would be like the emperor card. And she told him, and finally they realized, oh my God, I'm so burned out. There's nothing I can do. I'm exhausted. We can't do this again. My photographer won't do it again. What are we going to do? Just publish it. But tell your writer to just write exactly what they saw. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to make it better. Don't try to soften it up. Do it like you see it, because we're not going to save anything with these photos. And if the photos are going to be bad, you might as well give us a reason on why the photos were bad. Wow. There you go. That was different and interesting. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate my subscribers. Hope you guys are enjoying the readings. And if you're not a subscriber, well, please do subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss another reading. The puppies got their vaccinations today. They are passed out. I'll put a picture up here on how they looked right after the vaccinations. They're all healthy and happy. No heart issues, no murmurs. They all are doing very well. They're 8 weeks old, so beagle puppies should be at least 4 pounds, or between like 4 and 8 pounds. And they're right between 6 pounds. The lightest is Belle at 6 pounds. And the biggest is Monty at 6 pounds, 10 ounces. He's got a little basset hound in him, maybe, way, way back. His ears are a little bit longer than the rest, and he's a little bit longer than the rest. So he's the biggest one. And all the rest are right in between. So they're doing great. Thank you so much, guys. I'll have more puppy stuff for you later on, but right now I'll just do some pictures. Thanks, you guys. We will see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.